Okay, I just tried the rum, and it was a Diplomatico Reservo Exclusiva Ron something, and it was on the neck of this bottle here, and it was hanging off of there. And this is the Clan Fraser Reserve Blended Scotch Whiskey, charred oak casks, it says here. Charred oak casks. The Borders Distillery Company in Hawick, Scotland, heart of Scotland. The Frasers came to the borders of Scotland from France over 900 years ago. This fine Scotch whiskey celebrates a distinguished history of exploration, distilling, and service to Scotland. Okay, so 900 years. And in the back it says here, Clan Fraser Reserve, blended Scotch whiskey, heart of Scotland. Okay, it says the same thing on the back as it does on the front. It has the international symbols right there. And away we go, Clan Fraser, blended Scotch. I don't remember what this cost, but I'm sure it was under $40. And that includes the sample of Diplomatico rum. It's bottled at 40% alcohol by volume. It's a starter whiskey. It's a place to start a flight. You start gently and work yourself up to the higher, or at least that's the way I like to do it. I like to start with something gentle or low ABV and then work my way to stronger things. That's just me. I know there are some people who go for the cask strength right away, but then you burn your taste buds. Okay. On the nose, I think it needs to do some opening up. Maybe I should just leave it there for 15 minutes. I don't know. There's no age statement. There's no age statement on this 750 ml bottle. The last thing I had was the Diplomatico rum, so I'm pulling hard to get much on the nose. I'm getting a little bit of a graininess from the grain whiskey that makes up probably most of this, and I can't tell what malts were in there, but it says charred oak cask. So I'm guessing that the charred oak has taken some of the flavor away, just like the Lincoln County process where they pour the whiskey through maple charcoal. And that takes a lot of the harshness and a lot of the flavor away, in my opinion. Now, if this was aged in charred oak casks, were they freshly charred? Were they charred and then contained bourbon? Were they? It doesn't say anything about shaved, toasted, or recharred. So the label is a bit ambiguous as to what we're getting here. But still, I'm not getting that much on the nose. A little bit of graininess, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of vanilla. Not much beyond that. Maybe a tiny little bit of corn husk now that I'm getting at it. And that would make sense because the grain whiskey that is involved in this blend is probably a corn whiskey. So yeah, now it's opening up a little bit. I'm getting a bit of corn sweetness along with my caramel. Okay, It takes a little while, but it's coming along slowly. Yeah, I'm sure that if I would have let this sit for 5 or 10 minutes, it would have made a difference. But now we're almost 5 minutes into the video, and it is opening up somewhat, which I'm not complaining about. This is good. Now let's give it a taste. I'm going to need to try that again. Yeah, a little bit of sweetness. Corn sweetness. Hint of caramel, hint of vanilla, but the biggest component is the sweetness from the grain alcohol that was involved in this blend. On the palate now, I'm getting barrel char. That's the biggest thing I'm getting is barrel char. And it says here, charred oak casks. Barrel char, a bit of sweetness. Good thing I waited till the second sip to tell you what I'm getting, because with the first sip I didn't really get that barrel char. I just got a bit of sweetness and a little bit of not much. It was indistinct. It was non-descriptive. A bit of barrel char, a bit of corn sweetness, but it's not overly sweet. Tiny little bit of vanilla and a little bit of caramel, but mostly barrel char. I may come back to this at some time, but to me, if I was to mix my whiskey with something, this is the whiskey I would mix with something else. But I don't drink things like Coke and 7-Up and ginger beer and Dr. Pepper and things like that. And I don't do mixed drinks. I don't really do cocktails. So yeah, this would be the whiskey I'd reach for when I really don't care what it tastes like. And I just want to take the edge off and relax and not have to be analytical about it, because there's not really much to analyze here. Well, seeing as it is a Scotch whiskey, Slancheva.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.